Push the top my way, Greg. There you go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're at the Modest House where we've actually been away for a little bit. I had a lot of traveling. The weather has been crummy, but things have straightened out enough that we're going to start doing our metal roof. We've got a black exposed fastener metal roof, probably the most cost-effective and also low-maintenance roof that you could go with. And we're going to get started with this on the backside where the wind is not as much. So let's get into it. Now, this is something that we don't ever do, and that is punch our metal roofs. People always come in the comments and say, hey, how do you figure out your punch rows on your roofs? We don't normally do that, but in the situation where we have a sheathed roof, then we're going to punch because, A, these sheets are not super big, so we're never going to have to slide them up the roof. We're going to be able to pull them off one at a time, set them down. That's all good. B, we don't have to be concerning with hitting a purlin exactly. We have 5/8 structural sheathing. We'll just go ahead and screw right through that, but we are going to try to hit our purlin. So Greg is marking out where we know mathematically our purlin should be, so we should be as close as possible. So yes, we are going to punch this roof, but normally we would not. Porch roofs we do though, I guess. So I don't want to contradict myself. I'm just saying we don't normally punch a roof.
If we're going on to purlins, we don't punch.
Yeah. Open frame.
You can almost tell when you
got to stop pounding.
You got to stop.
Yeah. That comes with experience, you know.
Typically it's like 2.5 swings for me.
The old half swing. Yep. It's like almost like you just think about hitting it, but you don't, you know?
Well, I feel like I could stop at 2, but I just want to give it that third swing just in case. You know?
We have a couple things that we have to figure out. For all metal roofs, you have to consider your layout. And here we're going to have, A, we got to make sure that our steel ends in the right spot on their end where the trim is so that it laps properly. B, we have to make sure that it goes into our valley properly. And 3, we want to try to line up a rib on the center of our porch on the other side of the roof. So all these things we're going to try to make work. It might not. And then we'll go down the list and say, this is the most important, this is the least important, and we'll go from there. So let's get our tools and get up there. All right, just for a little visual representation, I'm going to go ahead and draw the structure here, okay? We got this building here. We've got a ridge. And then we've also got this porch up here that we got to build. And this is going to create a valley set. What we have to do is think about our layout, not just so that our corner trims on the end work with our rib locations, but also our thoughts are going to be, okay, where this valley comes up right here, you know, we want this to be either in the center of a rib or the center of a flat. The other thing is where this kind of comes across, there's this weird awkward spot here where we're going to have to run metal up. And right here, we want this valley pan to flash over top of our roof, which means we can't have a rib right near here. We want it to be in a flat section of metal. Then we take it another step further. We also want, if possible, the rib or flat to be centered on this peak of this ridge, right where it comes into this valley. And that will also potentially dictate we want our ribs to try to line up perfect in the valley. I don't think all this is going to happen, and we definitely know it's not going to happen here because this is a 6/12 pitch, so these ribs will not line up perfectly with those ribs. Mathematically, it's impossible. But we're going to go up on the roof, we're going to get this laid out, and the most important part is the end has to be in a location that we can get our corner trim over, but we can get fancy if we have to. This spot, we can't do anything about. That has to be ending in a flat. All these other things are more about visual aesthetics, and we like everything to be perfect. But water and flashing properly is number one. So that's where we'll start, and then we'll work our way back and see if we can get everything else to line up. I don't think it's going to happen. You ready, Greg?
Well, 14.3 would be a rib off of...
No, 14.1.5. Right? Want to do that math one more time? 48 foot plus a 2 foot 1.5 overhang. So if we cut 48 and a half
off the center.
Yeah, so that's 24 plus 2 1.5 is 26 1.5. 26 1.5 minus a 12 foot off is 14 1.5. So 14 1.5 from that center, boom, is a rib. So a rib is darn near dead set right there.
Which is
not good.
No bueno for us if we want it to line up.
Yeah, so it's not going to line up.
It would be a rib in the center of a flat pretty much. So it'll be offset.
No, because this is 6 inches. So we've got a rib 3 inches up this valley here, and we've got a rib basically in the center of the valley. So they're going to be off 3 inches-ish. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, I see what you're saying.
That's not a big deal. The birds will not approve of it, but...
I'm going to be itching a little bit.
Yeah, it will bother us a little bit. And maybe we can find a way to do something.
If we can manipulate this roof, slide it one way or another.
But we'll never line up with both sides.
But then a rib won't be peak. So that's the issue.
Actually, good point. I just had a thought. If this is 12 foot, whereabouts is 12 foot here? I'm just curious. I just want to think about it for a second.
Probably like somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's like right here. That's about right in this line.
Well, yeah, mathematically it should be about...
It should be the same.
Yeah.
It's the same pitch.
Yeah.
But we can't run a rib there.
We cannot.
Well, we can, actually. Actually, we can. Because this valley, okay, this valley here...
You can extend it past the rib.
...is going to go over that rib anyway and down. But we then need a flashing up here, counter-flashed over this roof here. So that's where the problem lies.
Getting over the rib.
Getting over that rib. But if we push it an inch in and get it into a flat, cut the rib, bend it up for a counter flash, then we could, in essence, probably kind of massage these measurements and make it work. We're gonna probably forego this, because the reason being is if we move this roof, see, this is the beauty. If we move this roof to try to get these ribs close, it affects what happens way down there for the end. And when I say that let me show you. See what happens on the end of the roof, okay? This is the edge of our roof. This is our fascia, right? And we got these ribs coming down like so. The metal's doing such a thing, right? If we don't pay attention to where this rib is, okay? And let's say we just arbitrarily put it out here for, whatever reason it makes sense everywhere else. When we put our trim, we got a piece of trim that comes up here, and it goes like this. If it dies on this rib in a bad spot, that's bad. What we want to do is continue this metal so that we have a rib underneath here so that this comes down in this flat, and any water that maybe makes it underneath this trim through wind-driven rain, it's going to hit this rib and then run down the hill. So this is actually a very, I would say, almost more important than this valley, because we could extend our valley, we could make it, whatever. But
the other thing it does is it shifts the ribs on that porch over there.
Well, I know. So
we'll shift.
Yeah.
It's shifted this way 6 inches, right?
Yeah. So we're really going to have to just stick with this. We're going to stick with our plan. Okay. Trust us.
To the plan.
Yeah. It's going to all work out. So with that being said, Greg, let's go down to that end. We're going to work into this valley. And the reason being, it's A, easy to work into a valley, not out of a valley. B, we're going to lap our ribs so that as the water from way up here rushes down, it's going to rush over the ribs, not into a joint where the lap is over top.
Get under it.
That's right. See? Stick to the plan, dude. All right, let's go. Let's start running some roof. Okay, so
My truck smells so bad.
Oh, dude, I bet. All right, so we've got the vapor dry that runs underneath, and you guys are like, ugh, now what happens to all the moisture on this roof that's gonna go underneath of this? Well, we're gonna tape that to this. So, you know, worst case, a little bit of, water's not gonna make it through anyway. I'm not even gonna go there. Nope. It's gonna be perfect. So we're gonna be doing a metal fascia on this job also. So that'll get tucked up right under here. And are we calling this? Yeah, that's probably the right stuff.
Cut with the tracks. Oh, you talk about that 412.
Yeah. It looks pretty decent. Don't like that. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
That's not gonna work. I'm glad you had these, but they're basically useless to me. Here,
yep.
You can take them back. I'm gonna have to get some. Oops.
I wanted that one.
I meant to get some nails, man. You got no shingle nails?
No.
None.
I took them all out because I was using these guys.
Okay, give me those. All right, we're gonna replace this. We're not gonna call this good.
I'm trying.
You're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're doing good. Okay. Now we're gonna put a overlap nail on that one, so we'll come in here. Okay.
She couldn't grab it.
It'll get easier as we get closer.
This is gonna be the difficult part here.
No, you're good. You're good, brother. You're good. You got me on your side. I'm here. Okay. Just don't drag it. Don't drag it too much. All right, so we've got our marks. We got our layout. I got this nice mark saying, hey, this is where I want to put this first piece. Greg is on his mark, and this rib is right up the edge. So when we put our corner trim on, it will come over into this flat, and it will prevent any water from going up and over. It will just run right out the bottom. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get uphill, Greg. About 1.5 inches is what my goal is here. So we're gonna go right there. And over here I'm 1.5 inches. So that's a good thing. That means that the sheet is basically squared up. So are you on your mark, Greg?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you know what I love about a punched screwed roof or metal roof that has punch holes is how nice and clean it looks when you're all done. So nice. Oh, and you guys may be asking, hey, sometimes you put this like foam down here and it goes into this rib. So, you know, this is closed off. So we're not going to do that on this. And the reason being is because we're basically going to allow any condensation that may occur on the backside of the metal. We hope it's very minimum, but it's possible. It's not going to go through the vapor dry because the vapor dry that's why it's here. That's why we used it, because of this exact situation. And we're going to let that water just kind of, air to kind of go through. It's a vented ridge. It's just going to be able to pull air through these little gaps underneath here and just suck it up the roof, dry out the surface. So I think it's a good thing. We're not really concerned because we don't have a open framed roof where snow is going to blow in here and go into the building. It's not going to happen. It's going to be good. Are you good? You need a tip? Yep. Brother, I got you. All right, so we kind of like that. We're going to go ahead and just lay this roof out. We'll come back and screw it off. Since we have all the punch holes, we'll put some good shoes on and we'll do that. I'll just kind of get what I can reach. Good thing we're not on the other side, huh? Where the wind is.
Yeah,
oh man, you're doing great, dude. If you want to switch, you just let me know, okay? That's always good when you're hitting your mark. And I suppose I'll check it. I'll keep an eye on it. 1.5 inches. Couldn't have done that without your punchline, Greg. Sometimes I know I let I make it feel like all your complaining gets to me, but it really doesn't, you know? It could be worse.
I haven't complained too much this year.
I know. You don't want to bring a child into this world and then be known as a complainer. So this is 94. This is 24.5, and this is 59. Okay. Well, yeah, I know. Then we're gonna add in. We're gonna roll up the 1.5, and then let it run in there, but only a little ways. We don't need to go all the way. Let's go like 70 inches. Wait. What is this?
What is what?
What is this mark?
This is the 70. This is the 59.
What was 70?
This is what goes up underneath our...
Okay, just making sure. Okay, just making sure. Yep.
Correct?
Yes. Yes. 70 is what we're going to cut underneath. I thought maybe you were giving me a point where the miter or the valley was, but I see what you did now.
No. This should go all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gets folded up.
Yep.
And then...
Yep.
You know.
I do.
Which way are you flipping it?
I'm trying to just get it up to you, buddy. All right.
We actually probably want to drop that lift down so you can slide that piece in, huh?
I don't think it's that deep. Yeah, watch that hole right there, Greg. Lift that up. Lift your sheet up.
Yeah, I see that.
There you go. Okay. All right. Like a freaking dream. Okay. Go ahead and just give me a nice mark on the point, and then push it down tight, and then give me a scribe to the fascia.
Okay, this is about center here.
And then push it tight against the fascia, and then scribe it to it.
I see.
Okay, let's just put it in there. We'll kind of massage it in place. Okay. Keep your end up.
Yeah.
No, your corner.
Yeah, I got it.
No, there you go. The far point.
Yeah, it was up.
It was digging into the thing. I couldn't push it.
I
Got it. Yeah, lift that up. There you go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that'll work down there. Is that good? It's not cut too low?
What do you mean? This?
Yeah, is that going to get pushed down nice?
Yeah, I mean, it's above it, just a smidge.
Well, if it's above it, we'll probably want to cut it down a hair because it's going to be hard to cut down later. You know what I'm saying? So now you can kind of start to see the way this is going. I mean, it's kind of a process because you need to shingle the steel. So you can't just put your valley pan over top of a panel that's already up there. You have to like do this in two pieces. So our valley pan will go next, and then we'll run the piece from way up there down over it. It's actually not too bad. I remember when this used to I get scared about this stuff, you know? It's like, I don't know how it's gonna work. Okay, so here's one for down here. Yeah, my guy. Nice. Nice. There you go. Okay, I think that's pretty darn good, my friend. As long as that's under 10.6, what do you think? Looking pretty close, isn't it?
It'll be close. It'll be really close, actually.
Let's just set a nail. This was just a scrap piece of trim, and we know a full piece is 10.6. So if we can get that, that's 10.3. It's good enough for the girls.
Good enough for me.
I'm going to stop saying that.
What?
That's good enough for the girls I run with. I'm going to come up with a new saying.
Like what?
I don't know. All right, so we've got counter flashing coming up. That's our 1.5 bend. We taped it. Then we have this flashing of sorts that is our drip edge going over that. Now the next thing that we're going to do is establish our valley. So we've got our W value here, and
you gonna take the bottom one? I'll take the top one.
We can do whatever, but I don't want to slide them because it might scratch it.
Keep your end up.
Go ahead and take it up. Okay, hold up. Okay. Never mind. So this has to run out onto this panel. So that's the whole purpose of this running up higher. So we will get this out far enough, so that when we run our steel that sticks past this 1.5 inches, it will kind of cap this. So this is not ideal in a sense, because that would be nice if I had more flat to work with right here, but I don't. I mean, these ribs are only 9 inches, so we kind of is the best of what we could do. Greg, how high can you go? I want you to go.
I can go 2 foot past.
What I want is your tip, your right side. Imagine that to be all the way up past that.
Should be good.
So see how far you can go. We should have plenty. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. Go past it 1 inch or so. Yeah, perfect. So we got both pieces. We're just gonna use these pieces as kind of our guide, because if they're straight, then we know our valley line is gonna be straight. And what I need to do is make sure that what are we gonna do? Maybe we'll do 2 inches, Greg.
2 inches for
2 inches for our line. So we'll stay off the valley line 2 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, get my little square, see if I can do this, get my mark. Okay, so where 2 inch basically is going to hit my 1.5 inches. So something like that. Just kind of a guesstimate. I need to be like right in there.
I mean, based off of like how it's sitting, I feel like that's where I want to be.
Well,
but I'm not sure.
To me, that looks really good.
So I'm like sitting pretty flat.
Yeah, and can you come down to the middle and make sure the middle's here?
I'll
do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, if I tack this,
I like it, dude.
I mean, I think for straightness, you need to go to your right. But if you like that there, then I can always push mine over one way or another.
Okay. Let's do this.
I mean, seems pretty good, don't it?
Make a mark. Make a mark. Nice. Okay. Now, shift this.
You mean
just take this over? Yeah. I want to get a better idea where I'm kind of going. Because if I'm this close, I'm going to be plenty close enough.
Yep.
Oh, looks freaking great, dude. Let me skip back a little further. You know what they say?
It looks straight.
If it looks straight, it is straight. So now that we have this kind of, we know where we're going to run this. I'm just going to make a mark here. Okay.
Let me lift this up again.
And then I have to cut this back. Then we'll basically, you got a mark, you know where you're going?
Yeah, I got the same mark.
I mean, you don't have, actually you could, well, we need to get some sealant, buddy, hey?
Yeah, we need sealant, and then looks like you need to go downhill a little bit, don't you?
No, I'm right where I want to be. I don't care about this.
You don't care about that.
I'm going to tape that off.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about that. That'll be good enough. Good old through the roof.
Which is perfect for the black roof.
I know, man. Isn't that awesome?
Temperatures up to over 200 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Fahrenheit?
Well, I don't know. But the important thing is that it's a good adhesive. So that's under here. So anything coming up this way is going to get stopped by that sealant and not pressed up. So now what we're going to do is we'll get this W valley nailed off. And then, unfortunately, I forgot a closure foam for our ribbed metal that goes up this valley. It stops kind of the water from working its way up. I forgot that. So we're not going to be able to lay this steel. So we'll get this all taped off because we have a huge rain event coming over the next 4 or 5 days. And any water that runs down here, we want it to lap onto this and then work its way over. So let's get this nailed down. Greg, you still like this, or is there? Where's your mark at?
Mark on the far side.
Okay.
You might be able to see it. You might not.
I see it. I see it.
Make sure you put some sealing under there. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Good call out.
Through the roof.
Good call out. Okay. Set her down.
Nice.
Oh man, that seal. It's a thing of beauty. I mean, a butyl is nicer probably, but it's not as easy as that. Did you know that?
I mean,
like a true roofer would probably utilize butyl instead of a sealant like that. But I like it. I would like to get a bender on this, but I don't think I'm going to do it today. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Just so we can kind of tape this off for now.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not worried about this side, really. This will get kind of detailed later. So what we need to do now, we'll throw a couple more nails in it and tape this off.
There's no way I picked right where a joint is.
Sounds like you did.
That's just crazy.
It is.
And what are the odds?
Oh, shoot. One good thing, man, that stuff tape sticks pretty good to the vapor dry.
Yes, it does.
43 9-ish, Greg. Makes sense. Kind of. I mean, I guess 43 9 ish. It's very sensitive, so it really doesn't take much to change that angle. One. Thing is, this is probably accurate enough just to throw this in here and figure it out, but I found that the biggest triangle that you can use is going to be the most accurate. And the last thing we want is to put our sheets in and just be off slightly and have a little bit of jag on every piece. So if we can get the right angle from all the way up there to down here and figure out this big triangle in the valley set, then that should mean that our cuts will be crisp and straight, or as straight as we can cut ourselves. Yeah, I would say that's pretty freaking straight. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go 169. We'll check this. 169. See, we'll call that the rise. 169-inch rise. 175 quarter run. 243 7/16. Okay, here. You show me here. Let's see how close we are. See it?
Yep.
244. So what did I say? 243 7/16?
I don't know.
Yeah, 243 7/16. So, you know, that's pretty freaking close. Let's see what the angle is. 43.9. That's what we have there on that. So we're going to run with it. Sound good to you?
I don't care.
So this is like the only unfortunate part about this sort of a detail is you have to overlap another piece on a piece, which means it's just kind of ugly, you know? I mean, I don't think it looks as good as obviously having this joint not here. Greg, since we're going to pull it up, I'm not going to, but I will eventually put a bead under there because I'm going to be putting screws right there. Because this rib right here, we will put a closure in just to stop any ice dam from working up. Even though we've got the vapor dry, we've got the metal flash, the tape. So if water does work up there, it's a self-healed membrane. Another reason why we went with the vapor dry. It just gives us a lot of sense of protection during this process. Okay, so we'll go ahead. So it looks like our angle's pretty good. We're not going to screw this all off because we're going to pull this up when I get some more closure, and then we'll do the rest of that. So let's screw this roof off, huh, Greg? I'm gonna burn a foot just so I can hold it right. Okay, we're starting a new side here, and we're just gonna double check that our layout is square. Even though we squared the sheathing, it's just now's another chance.
No, go ahead and hook it. And
well, but that's not accurate.
So 250
okay.
is
250 is your rise?
my rise, yeah.
Okay, so it's just another opportunity for us to make sure that we're doing as good as possible to make everything good. And the biggest problem is this layout of the roof is such that, remember when we started the other side, we had a rib right on the edge and it worked out for our layout. Well, here we're gonna have to start 3 inches in. And what 3 inches in means is that when we put our corner gable trim on, that is the max that we can shift over a rib. So we're actually going to shift it back a quarter, and this is just through experience. We learned that it's easier for us, makes it more safe if we cheat back a little bit, because look at this. Here, I'll show you a little picture so that it makes a little bit more sense, because I'm probably just talking and yapping and you guys are like, I don't know what you're talking about. So here's the edge of the roof. Our rib is gonna be 3 inches back, okay? That's because our corner trim maxes out right there at 3 inches. This center of the rib and that corner of the trim to the edge of the roof has to be 3 inches or less. Anything greater, and this thing right here, the leg, will not sit on it properly. So we're gonna scoot this back to 2 3/4 just so we're safe. And then we'll basically give ourselves like a 1/16 inch per sheet stretch for a couple, and then we'll get it straightened back out, and then we'll do the same thing on that end. And that's so we can have even spacing, so that the center of the roof, which is tied into the other side of the roof, which is tied into the valley of the other section of roof, we want that to all kind of die in. So we're trying to be thoughtful. Here, you want to either hold me or mark this?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay, then just hold me right here on this mark. You see it?
Yep, I do.
And we'll just get a dimension out here. Let's just go 10 feet. All right, now go ahead and take it up there. I got a 30-footer. 250 inches?
250 inches.
Okay. 250-inch rise, 10-foot run, 277, 5/16.
I'm holding you exact.
So we're at 277 1/4. I think that's
a 16th.
Yeah, 1/16 of an inch. I think we can.
I don't know, man.
Oh, you don't like that? We'll have all this roof laid by lunchtime.
This side, yeah, for sure.
Oh, the other side too. Got it. So I figured it's a good time now to tell you guys why did we start on this side when we hadn't finished the other side, and 2 reasons. One, because this is easier. Like all these big pieces, we knew we could just fly and get this covered up. 2, because all the big pieces are on top of our little pieces that make up our valleys, and so we're just trying to burn up as much material so we don't have to move it twice. We could basically pull it off the pile, install it, and then we could go back, and then our little pieces, which make up our valley, will be at the bottom, and we'll go back into that. So I think the goal is we'll finish running this side, we'll go to the other side, we'll run into the valley that we've already got done, and then try to get as much big steel done as possible, and then we worry about the valley metal, which, you know, it's not hard, it's just that'll be the most time-consuming part. Happens to the best of us.
You gotta love it.
Yep. You know, just as a, I guess a heads up for people that care, when we installed the Benjamin Opdyke, the vapor dry, it was like 20 to 30 degrees. We were right at the cusp of where you should be installing it. I think it's 25 degrees is where they, and that's Fahrenheit, where they recommend on the low side. Now, it performs down to like negative something, 40 or whatever, but you're supposed to apply it at 25 or above. It did not do an amazing job of adhering everywhere, and we also have had extremely windy conditions. Greg, how long has it been now? Has it been a month?
For this? Yeah, probably pretty close, yeah.
I bet it's close.
Yeah.
At least, I bet 4 weeks since we've installed this. So you'll see that it kind of like bubbled up. The air, you know, this is like a big cover. And from the inside, the wind was pushing in we lost a section up top because it blew it open at the peak because we had it closed up, but it was open in the framing. So you can see where like this has like been working up, but you can take your hand and it does go back down. So it's still adhering. It's not like it's bad, but
it's probably also expanded a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's getting warmer now that
yeah.
it's, you know, we've hit some 60-degree days. It's probably expanded and contracted, but it stayed on, and we are a month in of really crappy weather, and we installed it in the probably the worst of conditions. So just as a note, I would recommend trying to install it on a warmer day, warmer than freezing. Like just be above freezing maybe, and if that was me. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, you know. So it is a good product, but it was actually below 20 degrees when we were finishing up that day.
Yeah.
So it was definitely below what we should have been installing it. Okay, so we're just about to the end of the building now. And anytime we get to the end, we always like to double check ourselves, especially when we know we're going to be so close to that 3-inch mark that we talked about. Greg, I am 16 1/4.
I am a 16th shy of 16.
Hello? How's that possible?
Don't know.
Am I hooked on something weird or what?
Are you bubbling at the end there?
I don't know. I can't tell. I'm going to have to check.
Pretty content with mine.
Yeah, 16 1/4. So I have to go on my next, all my sheets, I got to basically bring them ahead.
Yep, I'm just shy of a 16 foot.
So
A 16th.
We'll be fine. But you don't need to do nothing then. No, you don't need to do nothing. I'll move mine ahead. Be careful, be careful.
You gotta play the wind a little bit. I'm gonna hand you this end. I'm gonna walk up.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's the wrong side. You didn't hear me. I always try to get Greg going, but sometimes it doesn't work.
I mean,
I tried telling you that I messed up and you didn't hear me. So,
oh, yeah, I didn't really care, honestly. If you messed
know.
up, it is what it is.
as long as you get paid on Friday, that's all that matters.
That's all I care about.
I know, man. I respect that. So this rib was also the important one. See, we got that 3-inch rib on both sides. So you can't really see it probably very good. But basically, we were able to push this ahead, and I had to move my end like a 1/4 inch just because sometimes when you're both measuring tops and bottoms to keep the layout good, you're close. But something can get off when you're hooking a nail and marking out and whatever. So as we get close to another end, we just take a couple seconds, measure back like the last, lift length. That's usually enough that we can fix any problem. And I just brought mine ahead. And now, Greg, I'm like 2 3/4.
Yeah, that's about.
Yeah. So we're good. We'll go ahead and get this all screwed off, and then we'll move back over there to the other side where we'll work into the valley. 2 1/4, 2 1 1/2, 4 1 1/2, 6. We're gonna clean those marks off.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna punch this immediately. So hold that there, and I guess let's make some little dimples really quick.
Just get rid of them, brother.
Okay.
I think that's good, right? Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that we're good. Yep. Okay.
18 foot. Can we do it?
You can't probably. You know, once again, guys, I'm going to say that we're still waiting on this porch. And I found out that the problem is the design of this porch requires a 16-foot 6x6 piece of cedar. And my supplier is, I guess, having a hard time finding S4S cedar at 16 foot. And he finally found a place that's going to mill up a piece for us. I wish I would have probably looked into that because I got like a lumber mill, and maybe I could have just, Greg, I could have just like made my own like white oak or something, you know?
Cherry.
Well, I don't have a 16-foot cherry, but I have some 16-foot black walnut. Could you imagine that? A 6x6 piece of black walnut? That'd be cool. Anyway, so what we're going to do on this front is, once again, we're still on the get as much big pieces on as possible. So we're going to run across the front. We're going to skip the porch area. Then we're going to continue into that valley so that all the big pieces are up that we can. And then we're going to work that whole valley section, mainly because the wind is supposed to pick up in the 50-mile-an-hour this week. And we want to try to work as smart as possible and get all the big pieces up before the wind gets too crazy, which it's already getting a little breezy, but not unmanageable. 227-inch rise, 9-foot run diagonal, 251 3/8. That's literally exactly, which makes sense because this is the side of roof that we straightened and everything. So this is going to be as close to perfect as we could make it. So we're good there. We got our marks. Let me get these couple laid out real quick. Hold up. I guess it's perfect. Never mind.
Woo! That's a workout.
You're better than this, Greg. Come on, grab it, brother. Curl it.
I'm trying.
It's a taco. Set it on the roof. There, give it to me. There you go. Next time, okay?
Next time.
Yep.
It won't be a next time.
We got one more over here. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, gotta go up. Okay. Okay, 23 3/4, 94, 58 3/4, 70. Okay, I'm okay. Okay, so this is the one that we're going to be cutting for the valley. We got all the measurements. Pretty darn simple. But always want to double check because obviously we're cutting this out of a full piece. We mess it up, then we really can't use this anywhere else. So just double checking 58 3/4, 70, and 94. That will get bent up. Slide up in there. Okay, I think we're all good. This is the hard one. Oh yeah, this is not gonna be fun. It's all right. There's like a 90% chance what you say probably won't be affected by the wind, you know? Okay. Can that go down anymore?
Go ahead.
Nice, dude.
Tight.
How's that
Tight.
look? What do you think about that?
This guy could have been a little bit better, but we'll just cut that out and bend that up.
Nah. I'll just bend it right in the valley and let the pan right over it.
That works too.
Heck yeah, it does. I like it. Okay.
And then I'll do this guy.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, don't grab. Don't let it go yet. All right.
Yeah, just set her up there and I'm gonna come up. Make sure I got most of my stuff here. All right. Now, let me get this tacked down with a nail. Let's leave that out for now.
Kind of get it where you're.
Yeah, 1 second. So we were 2 inches.
I'm actually gonna set this off to the side here, so that way.
And then we're gonna be about 1.5 inches. So probably want to be somewhere in there. Nice.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to find something.
Find some happiness. I'm just kind of working up this thing. It's all be hidden. And then I'm gonna get that guy there. I mean, it's probably close since now needs to go, our middle needs to go over, but if you like yours, I'll move the middle. Where you come together is going to affect our...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty snug in the center there. But it wouldn't hurt to...
I don't want to keep scratching this, so just keep that off out of the way and let me kind of get this. Okay. I wish I had a snap line. You got a snap line? Okay, find the center. This is just a string line for center. Go ahead and take it to your peak, like where the... Yeah, I'd say you're good.
Okay.
Okay, so right there.
I see it. Go ahead, I got my thumb on it.
Okay.
You want to make a mark right
I
where my
do.
thumb is.
Okay. All right, I'm glad I put all this tape on this. That actually can probably stay there. So.
Oh, you're going to do your... I see.
This is where you just start origamiing stuff. Try to close it up with physical flashings like the metal that's already here. But the main thing is we just want to get this point established because this is where we're going to line up this guy. And then Greg, I'm actually going to put that underneath me.
All right.
And you just kind of keep over there so it doesn't scratch the crap out of it.
Yep.
And then I'll kind of get that one dialed in. Okay, so this is going to be like so. Let's go 11 inches down. Those reds are atrocious. My fear is always cutting too much off, Greg. Because you can always cut off more, but you don't get your metal back.
The good thing is, like, we've got 4 foot extra down here.
Yeah.
I mean, even now we still have over a 2 foot lap.
Okay. Just kind of.
Close.
Right. So you almost have to work in like the 4th dimension here because it's you're going with like these different, angles here, Greg.
Yeah.
That's kind of the fun of it all.
Yeah. It's always fun.
Okay. All right. So, now that we got that, what we'll do is it's about center. Going to get all the way to the line. This is just to reduce any potential for water. So this is about as good as I'm going to do. Now what we'll do is, we know this is our defined center. I'll get some adhesive, which we've got some Sashco through the roof. And then really the reason for this is we're going to be putting a ridge cap over this whole thing. But water that comes down, what we really want to do is that ridge cap, you got like 2 options, and I'll show you kind of when we get there if I can remember. We can either tuck the ridge underneath our steel. It kind of makes it look trashy. What I like to do is I like to cover it from bulk water coming down here, but then I'm going to put a piece of flashing underneath my ridge up underneath. So I've got this scrap piece. I'll be able to kind of do something like this. It's a lot easier than trying to get a piece of ridge cap bent and folded under. And then any water that does come down this upper roof where you guys are, it will get over top of this. It will hit the valley pan and it will work out. So I'm not a fan of tucking your ridge cap under. We've done it and it just doesn't look, in my opinion, as good. So let's get some adhesive under here and then we'll get this secured. And then I'll get Greg's approval on whether or not.
Looks great.
Okay, good. I like it.
I like it.
Somewhere in there. Okay.
Sound like a DeWalt.
This doesn't hurt anything. Okay, you gotta be close to your spot, Greg.
Pretty close.
That's not gonna hit nothing, Kyle, you idiot. Okay. This is where like a rivet would be nice or something to hold this together, but I don't even think it's necessary. Come on. Right through that sealant. I like it. Let's get you sealed up at your joint. Tape it off, nail it, and when we're Gucci gang. Okay. Money. I mean, I want to get a 2-inch line and then a 3.5-inch line. That's where we'll put the foam, so our 1.5-inch screws will go right through the foam closure. And then I'm just thinking, I want to get I want to figure out this angle. Let's go ahead and I'll use the angle finder to get this piece cut, like we did over there. And then maybe we can use this piece to get like the bigger triangle just to make sure.
I just felt that all go in my face.
2 inches?
2 inches.
Okay.
Got a little spot there.
Where? What's wrong?
Like where it must bubble or something. But I can see it.
I can see just fine, brother. Okay. And then 3.5?
Yep.
So we got 2 lines here. The first line is 2 inches. That's where our steel will run. That'll be what we shoot to line up our steel. And this line is 3.5. We'll have an 1.5-inch screw. So from the edge, we'll have an 1.5-inch screw going through this, and that will be where our foam closure goes. So that way we screw through that foam closure, creating tension. Greg, we'll probably go.
You probably want to go on either the low side.
No, we'll go on the high side with the foam, but we'll just move our screw. We'll just go 2 1/4.
I think we want our screw to go either through or behind that.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I just said. Yeah. So here, this is what I need though, is this. I think over there we came down 1 inch, didn't we?
Inch and a half. I think it was 1 inch.
I think we went 1 inch, yeah. So, there. So we want 13.5 is our point. At 13.5, we will we'll run it up. And then height-wise, we already kind of know it's 1 inch below this, which is 2 4 6 footer. So 13.5, and then this is the 1 inch below 6 foot. Okay, if you're gonna do it, just do them all, because I don't want the inconsistency of my pencil and your pencil, you know? At least if it's one person, it's consistent. That looks beautiful, man.
I know. I've done it a couple times.
Wow. Go 2 inches.
I like that. I respect that.
You good? Okay. 2 inch. Okay.
Ouch.
Pretty sure we got to do every flat, Greg. All 3.
All 3?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
I don't remember if that's what we did or not.
Okay, you got it.
Yes, on me.
Okay, so this is the foam closure that we were talking about on the other side that we didn't have. This is a sealant tape used for all sorts of different parts of the post frame, around windows, valleys, on ridge caps, or, you know, really anywhere that you're looking to just seal off a gap. So that's what this second snap line was for. We'll get this ran up there, and then basically where we have that 2-inch screw mark, it's going to go just on the high side of this, squishing it down, and then this expands to fill this gap right here. It's probably not 100% perfect because this is not a leak guaranteed free roof, right? I mean, that's what you get when you go to a standing seam with no fasteners and everything is hemmed and closed. No water's getting in.
No exposed fastener.
Yes, thank you, sorry. This roof, however, that's why we use the vapor dry. That's why we tape off our valleys. We do as much as we can to make sure that any water that does somehow get underneath this cladding has a place to exit and dry out, but also not do any long-term damage. So there, I can go up there. Okay, let's test this first, Greg. Let's just gently set it on here, make sure we like it.
Okay. One good reason not to put your screws in or your punches. That doesn't seem right. Oh, wait.
Why?
No, take it back. I saw the one line.
It looks pretty much like we're perfect.
Looks
so
good.
I'm going to say we're money. Let's go ahead and pull this back up. You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
You know what you should have done?
No, what?
Should have gotten this measurement to that point there, and then you could have done your 13 and a half, and then gotten your angle off of, but I guess you're just gonna, you already know it. It's the 41 and, or 44 or whatever. Never mind. Just ignore me. We'll just, like I said, we'll squash it, and it'll be all right.
Everything gonna be all right.
Nice.
So this is the adhesive side. We're gonna stick that right alongside this line. You don't want to overstretch this either, because the whole point of it is to expand. And if you just stretch it too much, then it doesn't have the material to expand. So just kind of let it lay where it lays. And then that's it. So now you can kind of see this getting compressed right through our screw line. That way we can, and it does, it blocks out water, moisture, all that good stuff, and it's going to fill up into these holes. So it should be about 186. So we're about 185 and a half. If all things are perfect.
Well, actually, you know what?
No, I don't.
I went off of your crease mark, which it looks like it's this way, about quarter inch or so from the center of the peak, maybe a half inch.
So do this.
So
go
here.
make a mark. Go make a mark at 186.
So probably like
make that mark right there.
Okay.
And just hold it. Now hold me there.
Okay.
And it's like 129 3/4. So we're oh well, tape wasn't straight, but yeah, it's close enough. That's a 44.1, so that's the same as what we had there. So that's what we'll run with, a 44.1. And so if that's 44.1, our rise is 36 inches. 36-inch rise, 44.1 pitch. So 37 1/8 every one. So we come up the hill 37 1/8. So 133 and a half minus 37 1/8. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, let's go cut another one, because we've already got it, and then we'll
well, you want to, while we're here, you want to mark out.
Yeah, okay. So That's 51 3/4. Let's do this, and then we'll see how it relates.
How it lays?
Yeah, this is based on the diagonal, so if you come here and throw me your tape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you mark 51 3/4.
51 3/4.
103 1/2.
103 1/2.
And 155 1/4.
155.
This will keep us as close as possible.
155.
Now, stay there. Check it. You should be like 12 feet, right?
Well, 9, that's like 9 and 9/16. 9 foot 9/16.
Okay, so that's a little bit extra.
Yeah. That's going too far uphill.
Now, I will say I did 44.1. What was that? 150. Throw me your tape real quick.
Oh, that was 155 1/4.
Okay, this is, if I went the exact point decimals, it's 155 1/16. Oh, actually, also, I need to be right there. 155 1/16.
Okay.
Is that 12?
9.
Or 9?
I don't think it. It's now like 9 foot 5/16.
Okay, that's close enough. So we can either do that or we can mark out. We could probably do that. This is where it pays to use math, man. If you can utilize the math, makes this much easier. So that means I got to find like an 8-footer over there in that pile, huh? You good on yours?
I don't have any marks up here, unfortunately.
I thought you marked them.
Oh, I do have one mark. Yeah, I'm right on.
See, I thought you marked it. So that's 2 successful cuts with that pitch. So we feel pretty confident. We'll go get these last ones cut on the ground, come up, put them up. Yeah,
I'll screw this off. You go cut them.
Okay, that sounds good. Maybe the cut will be.
Since you don't have your belt.
Yeah, I don't have my belt. Left it down low.
No, this cut is immaculate.
It's okay, dude. That's okay. You'll get better next time. It's all you.
All right. Cool. Thanks. Very
Dang,
nice.
dude.
Very nice.
Dang. Right on our mark. Life is good. Looks juicy, as they say. It's a juicy cut.
Oh. Wait, where's my pencil?
You gave it to me. You can borrow mine for a second. I threw yours in the dirt.
I believe it.
Okay. Here. No, I got yours right here. Okay, let me hit this one.
Do it.
Yes.
Ooh. I have a screw on mine.
Oh, come on, man. You had one
I'm
job.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, remember this thing ends about right there.
What thing ends?
The lumber, so don't. But I think these are always going to be high enough. Hey, you guys screw that top off too, brother. All right, 1 of 6 done. Really not difficult here on these exposed fastener roofs. I just wanted to play it safe, get 1 done. Next time, once we get our dimension, our measurements, we'll just fly through this, cut them all up. All right, let's get off this roof. I think we're watertight on this side everywhere, right?
Wait, how did I forget those screws?
What the heck, dude? We could have had leakers.
That's my bad.
I could have got sued over this.
Could have.
Not now. All right, so we were gonna come this morning and hopefully finish up this roof, but it's pretty dang breezy. You guys can't, really tell that. It's coming out of a horrible direction right now. It's supposed to kind of move across and hopefully start hitting us from this side, which is actually gonna protect, we'll be a little bit protected. Yeah, so there you go. Visually, now you know how windy it is because it just blew my trim over and bent it. So we're gonna go do a bunch of prep work. We're gonna go get all of our layout done on this side. We're gonna get our angles figured out for our valleys that we have to cut up and do all that work down here out of the wind. And then when it hopefully gets calmer, we'll go fight it maybe this afternoon.
But we know it's not gonna get calmer.
Maybe the wind direction will change and make it a little bit better for us. So that's what we're gonna do.
In a world where dreams are discovered. Is that how it goes?
I have no idea what you're even talking about, brother.
The old Disney intro.
I still don't know.
Maybe you're too old.
I'm too young for that. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Let's hope we did it right.
Okay, go ahead, put the bottom down.
You're on the wrong side, my dog. Got a second? What's that? No, we're good. This last one's a little bit long on the very end, but this is following the 2-inch line like perfectly.
Probably the one that I cut.
No, it's the first one we put down. Okay. Right on my mark. That ain't right. Oh, this doesn't, yeah, what the heck here? That's not a 2-inch mark. I'm not really sure what these marks are, but they ain't 2 inches. That's 2 inches. Wish I had a straight edge. This is probably for me the scariest part, is having an exposed fastenered roof with a valley, just because you get water sitting here and you're relying on a screw. Another reason that we use the filler strip, this expands, it's water impenetrable, so it's going to also help with that sealing, but then the vapor dry is the next layer of protection that we have, which is going to, any penetration leaks that potentially could happen through a faulty washer or something, we don't really have to concern ourselves too much with it.
Easy, bud. Oh, yeah. Oh. What's that? What's Blackman say to the hull?
Easy, big guy. Home. Time to go home?
Is it easy, big guy? Time to go home?
I don't know. Are you calling me the Hulk? Thanks, brother. I appreciate those kind words. I needed some sealant or something under there. Maybe we can just kind of squirrel this around.
Yeah.
But I still kind of want something there, you know.
It's gonna be coming by the ridge.
There's no material there. Come on, don't make a mess. This is for this, because there's no reason not to. Am I right?
Sure.
We're gonna risk it. We're gonna try to bring up our first valley piece here that's a little bit long. We're not gonna run those ones over there because it's too windy to have the big pieces up here in a bunk, but I think if Greg and I bring one at a time, make it a taco, the steel actually handles okay. And once it's on the roof deck, we're okay because the wind is coming over this way. So if we get it down, we'll be able to run this valley out. And then that's the hard part anyway. So if we can get that done today, I'm okay. I'm happy. Okay, keep it like a taco. Taco Tuesday, brother. It is Tuesday. Tuesday. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. It's not that bad.
We'll see.
I got the bottom. Good. Perfect. Okay. You got to reach out there and grab it.
You want to hold it like this?
Yeah. Keep it curled up like a taco. Got this nice big old roof deck to work on. We got lifts on both sides, so if somehow we were to slide, we'd be just Gucci, you know? Okay. Set your end down. Okay. It's literally money, Greg. So when the time comes, we run these, we have everything marked out, it's perfect, and we just lift this edge up, tuck it right under there, and we're good to go. But this will allow us to get the valley done. They're smaller pieces, they're more complicated, so today's a good day to do that. When? I'd carry this sucker myself if you wanted me to. Oh, you just gonna go for it?
Yeah. We got the other side of this rail.
Just get it down. Okay, just leave it there for now. Just leave it. No, okay. I just wasn't prepared to make sure it was good. So, center of rib gonna be 22 7/8. So I know 22 7/8. I know my pitch, so I know exactly where that point's gonna be. It's about 33 3/4, 33 5/8. Diagonal. We'll check it. That looks good. And if you guys didn't know what we were talking about, our goal whenever we do a valley or a hip is that the ribs, they line up to each other. So if you kind of look at this side, we couldn't make it happen because of the way everything had to be laid out. but it's nice when the rib comes down and meets a rib on this side. They're just offset, nothing we could do, and it has no effect on the quality of the install other than from a design aesthetic purpose, which you just can't do it all the time. Not every dimension is gonna work. So it is what it is, but that's just so you know, that was our goal. And it didn't work out. 96 and a 16th ish. And then we are going to be 22 and 7/8 over. So 22, so it's a little bit further this way. Interesting.
What are you going off of?
Oh, dude, I'm an idiot. I thought this was 27. Ugh, I was like, man, this doesn't make sense. 22 and 7/8. That was close. What the heck? I think it's about time, dude. It's about time for new nibblers. Got it?
Got my taco.
Okay. Taco Tuesday. No. Not the right angle. Although I'm not mad about it, it's definitely off a little bit. It's too tight. 22 and 7/8, 43. That brings it up 24 and 7/16. But I'm not seeing that.
24 and 7/16.
Yeah. Unless my math, I'm going the wrong way with my math, which is very possible. So this is like 94 inches. So this should have been at 94. It's pretty freaking high, man.
I mean,
is that right though? Maybe that's right.
You go up probably. No, that's probably about right.
I might be able to hand snip some of this and then make it easier to get the nibbler started, you know?
Get like a square.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, dude.
And that'll kind of clean up that starting point. Versus like, you know how when you dig the nibbler in, it kind of creates a little notch.
Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Must have a low tire.
Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Take it up the hill?
Looks better.
What do you mean? Of course it does. Come on, buddy. Come on, brother. We don't really have any marks.
It's been laying very good. And you know your front.
I know I got to stretch it out just a hair.
Just a smidge.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this side. It's like we need to go up just a scotch. Yep. Okay. Let me get this side and put a screw in. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what we got going here. It is what it is. There's not a lot. I just want to cover this up as much as possible. So we're gonna.
Well, and here's the other thing, you know,
Yeah,
if
tell me.
water does get into that point,
It's going to fall down.
It's going to drip down, and it's not going to go to where the top point is on that
I know,
valley.
Dude.
So
I just want
it's going to hit the edge. It's going to run down our valley, go down into the gutter, and
I just want to do the best we can, man. Sue me. Sue me. Oh. Okay.
I would maybe crease it down the middle as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was good. The good old through the roof. Put a little chunker right there. It's going to ooze out. We'll just let it happen, man. Just let it happen. Okay, go ahead and drop it like it's hot. Okay. Basically, this is going to stop any water coming down this roof, going in any of these cracks and stuff that are here. So water will hit this. If it runs out, it lands on this valley and goes this way or this way. Our ridge cap will go and sit right on top of this because you'll see it can't tuck in here very nicely. And we found this kind of the best way. Just divert the water. And before I do the ridge cap, I'll put like a bead of this sealant right here. And that is just to stop any water from rushing over. I don't think that's going to happen, but because we'll have foam closures and whatever, but it's all belt and suspenders. We're just trying to do the best. So there we go. We're on the other side. We got to get some lines snapped, double check our angles, even though I think we're good, just to make sure. All right, so that is 4 sheets out. So then let's measure back. We'll measure back 3. That'll get us into this pan. We'll just do a quick double check on our angle, make sure we're at the 44 point.
43.
Oh, sorry, 43, thank you. And then be good to go. Dang it. Can you pull through a little, Greg? Yeah?
Yep.
All right. 129.
Okay.
And then stay there again. I'll go right through it, kind of. That's like 119 and a half. 119 and a half.
120.
And 129. As long as that's close to the 44, we'll be cooking with gasoline.
43.
Yeah, whatever.
Gotta watch this guy.
129-inch run. Yeah, 43. Let's give
What
or
was it,
take.
43.2?
42.9. Yeah. It's like right there. Go back over there one more time.
What was that?
Yeah, I think that's good. Why is... No, that's not... I wouldn't...
Just the other side of that rib, probably?
No, it's like right where I would want to measure it. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, let's run it. 43. Okay, you weren't ready.
What do you know is right?
I could have told you. I actually did tell you.
I don't remember you saying anything.
Yep. I said we're good enough to run it.
Brother, I agree. I understand that we are, but it's called...
I know you're scared.
Just making sure, man.
You're scared.
It might not be perfect. It might be just a little off perfect, but...
I think like it needs to be more like 43. Here we go. Gotta hit it with a boom, boom.
Down. Okay, got it?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Nah.
Okay. I hope it fits, man. I'm always so scared. Careful, careful. Okay, where's my mark? Boom, right there.
You gotta be kidding me.
Come on, dude. It's not cool. This has gone on long enough. I hope the next one fits.
I hope so.
I'm just trying to create drama for the channel, dude, you know? Okay, right on our line. That's good. Yeah, I
Good?
think so, brother. Looks like we did it. We made it.
Don't say that yet.
Well, we made it. We made it to our line. Okay, get it out as far as you can and set her down. It's not that windy. Set it down. Roll it. Okay.
Ew.
Easy. That's dirty.
That is a
How's
dirty
that
sheet.
get so dirty so quickly?
Got it?
I hope so, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
We're perfect, aren't we?
Yeah, it's perfect.
What the skippity slice?
Oh, you're gonna take it? It's you now. I think it's got two major ribs. I think you should be fine. You what do you think about driving this over there?
It's still a stiff breeze over here, but
Okay, so how about this? What do you think about setting it?
I think the only way we might be able to do it is if
Bring
you
it
put
right to the roof?
up to that roof edge and we walk it up and over.
Okay. Now, okay, just be patient. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get up.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta pull me.
All right.
1,
ready?
2, 3. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Just gonna tackle this for a sec. Hold on there, brother. Okay. Just gonna work on the ribs and do the best I can. Awesome. That was going to be a huge waste of a day with this wind, and we ended up making a day out of it. We got all this done. So what we have left to do on this roof now is ridge caps and the area behind you guys, which is where the front porch, it needs to get framed and tied into the main house. So that's going to be we'll do a whole video building that porch, getting it done, and then we'll tie in these roof trims. So this was a great, what do we got, Greg? 3 different days on this roof?
I think so.
We did a part day over there.
Yeah.
Then we came over here, we did this side.
3.5 days, I think it's somewhere
4 days. I think 2.5 days.
Think so?
Yeah.
Well, we did that in a day. And this valley, day and a half. Yeah, maybe 3 days.
Not the best weather out here in the Midwest. We've had crazy winds. So I'm happy to get it done. This is a exposed fastener roof. I would say in the tiers of roofing, this is like right below standing seam. Obviously, I still think this is way better than an asphalt roof because that's not going to last long. But this does have a fastener, hence why we use the vapor dry. And it's going to be a nice long-lasting roof if a fastener seal does fail over the next 30 years, because that's kind of the lifespan. It will be protected by the vapor dry because it's self-healing. So anyway, if you guys got any comments about how this roof turned out so far, how you like the valley, the way we did the valley, what you maybe would change on that, let me know down below in the comments. We're going to go ahead and get off this roof, call it for now. When we get back, the next video, hopefully we'll be building this porch, which has been bothering me because it's unfinished, it's just ugly, and then wrapping up this roof. With that, we're going to get out of here. Catch you guys later. Have a good one. Let's go, Greg. Let's get off this roof, brother.